Hello everybody, I'm a little early. I'd rather be early than late. My sweet basil. My chives. My cilantro. And parsley. So I had to do some shopping this morning. Hey Jenny, how you doing? Jenny, do you mind if I give you a blue wrench? To help moderate just in case? Blue wrench it is. Hey Chef Zed, how you doing? So yeah, so I got my Big Italy parsley, cilantro, chives, and basil. After speaking with Chef Zed last night, or on one of our lives, I had mentioned to her what kind of herbs do you grow, and she mentioned a couple herbs, and that got me thinking. I've never really grown herbs, and I decided, you know what, I grow everything else. Why don't I grow herbs? So I decided I will grow herbs. Hey, Hearth and Home. Hearth and Home, I don't know if I follow you or not. Tulsa, all right. I am down by Hearth and Home. Are you familiar with Southern Oklahoma? Well, I guess I'd be south central, I-35. Oh, you just got started. Okay, well, if you don't mind, go on in. Hey, Natty. And when we're done here, if you can put in your in the comments, that's fine, Jennifer. You stay as long as you can. Great to see you. But Hearth and Home, go ahead and, if you don't mind, subscribing to my channel, and then I will check your channel out after the live. So you're from Tulsa, that's awesome. I'm down past, you know where Ardmore is? So if you're at Oklahoma City and you just head south, you'll come to Ardmore, Marietta, and then you'll go into Thackerville, then cross the Red River into Gainesville, Texas. I'm down in that area. You're near Grant, Oklahoma. Hydro storm. Okay, I don't know where Grant is. Is it, whereabouts is it in Oklahoma? I'm down in southern Oklahoma, down past Ardmore, kind of. I go to Oklahoma City quite often just to hang out at Bricktown and things like that. Anyways, jumping on here real quick. I know I'm a little bit early, but I am going to start my garden. So I have my, I'm going to start my herb garden. I already have a garden started. So, hey, Miss TikTok girl, how are you doing? So I'm going to start that this week. I've never really grown any herbs, so I'm going to start. I have a couple jokes I just want to run by you guys. Oklahoma since 1976. Hearth and Home, that's awesome. I've been here for 5 years now. Let's see, what do I got for jokes? Okie got jokes. I call them Okies jokies. I lost my place. I wrote them down here and I don't know what I'm doing. Wow. I completely messed up. I'm completely lost. That shows you how tech savvy I'm not. I can't even use a, there we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Everybody just hold on to your chair. It's gonna get really, really funny. Wing it. Yeah. Let's see. Why is a flower like the letter A? Because B always comes after it. Okay? What does a girl vegetable wear to the beach? What does a girl vegetable wear when she goes to the beach? A zucchini. These aren't that good. These are not that good. I'm sorry. This one I like. This one I like. I really feel sorry for wheelbarrows. I really do. I feel so bad for wheelbarrows. They're always getting pushed around. That's enough of those. I don't want to run people off. So welcome to my live. I'm glad everybody's here. I see a bunch of people. I know Jennifer, you've dropped a video. I know, excuse me, Chef Zed dropped a video. I know Nicola dropped a video. So probably everybody here has dropped videos in the last day or so. So tonight I have my work cut out for me. I'm going to be staying up late and watching videos and interacting. I did two garden videos today. I was outside all day, very hot. Thankfully it's cool now. We just had a thunderstorm, really nice mild one for like an hour, just a nice steady rain, some lightning. So that's gonna make the garden pop. Yes, power watching. I'm gonna post a picture on one of my posts, my community posts. No kidding, the pumpkin is about that big around right now. So it's probably as big as my ugly mug here. It's big, it's large. So, and then I did expand the garden from the original 100 square feet it was 5 years ago. It is now about 3,000 plus. So it's 30 times bigger than it was when I started Okies Eden. I'm gonna be like I said, I'm gonna be planting my herb garden this week. Then I'm going to be planting more potatoes next week and then getting ready for my live from the pumpkin patch. I'm getting that ready. Oh, Jenny, yeah, easy. Just go Amazon. Amazon, they were two. Sometimes they vary in price, but I've gotten them anywhere from $2 to $3 a piece. So I have 10 of them here. I have 2 planted. I'm gonna do a video on, because the russets I've planted in my potato bag in the house now, the sprouts are about this tall now. So they're really doing well. Yep, just on Amazon, just look up, just type in potato bags and it'll come up. If you don't have potato bags and you have a 5-gallon bucket, just make sure there's a couple holes in the bottom so it doesn't, doesn't let water out and has them swimming in water where they'll rot. Just punch a couple holes in the bottom. So I have, the pumpkin is getting, I have like 10 pumpkins growing right now, but the one is really large. That is going to be a guest contest where I'm doing a contest in my town on our Facebook marketplace, where when it's done, I will weigh it. And I'll leave it on the vine because I'm hoping it'll be a grandkid, somebody's grandkid or somebody's child that wants a pumpkin. And I'll weigh it while it's on the vine. And then I'll hit whoever guesses closest or exact wins the pumpkin. And then I'll let them come pick it right off the vine. I'll have a set of cutters and they can just clip it off the vine so they can say they picked the pumpkin. And then I have so many potatoes, I'm doing potato giveaways in my community where I just put a bunch in a bag, I weigh it, and then whoever gets closest to the weight or the exact weight, they win 6 or 10 or 12 pounds of potatoes, because I had 80 pounds when I picked them last week, and I'm down to about 50 now because I've given some away to families and stuff. Do I eat the leaves? The leaves on the pumpkin? Chef said on the pumpkin, I don't know. I never looked into it. If they're edible, I would, because, hey, if I grow it and I can eat it, there you go, you win them all. Nice, Natty. Okay, I will look into that. I didn't realize, I never checked into that. I know greens like, turnip greens, beet greens, radish greens, all that stuff you can eat, collard greens. I eat all those greens. I didn't know you could eat pumpkin greens. Well, I will. I'll give it a try tomorrow. And then I have, I'm going to do a short video on I'm going to do a video on getting my green bean seeds out and my drying process and things like that. I'm doing another video on my potato bag. I'm going to do a series until I harvest them, and then I'll do a live when I harvest so we can dump them out and everybody can see what I harvested out of the bag. It's not going to be as much as the dirt. It just isn't. I just think growing them in the dirt is still, I think, to get the biggest yield is in the natural dirt with the natural sun. I've tried them 10 different ways, and as far as I see, it's still hilling them in the ground is my favorite, best way to do it. Yeah, potato leaves. I'm not sure about the potato. Yeah, I have never tried potato leaves. Yeah. So I have the video coming up of the resizing of the garden. I'm constructing the fence, the new fence. I got some new fencing today. Did you know you get that chicken wire fence? If anybody's ever dealt with that, you need a mechanical engineering degree to open that package and unwind the 50-foot roll of chicken wire. I've never seen anything like it. Plus you almost bleed out because it's poking you so many times. I mean, I don't care if you have gloves on, it still pokes through. And you got to sit there and you got to fight with it. And, but yeah, so I got the chicken wire fencing. I'm going to put that up. Well, I did that, that's up. I just haven't filmed it yet. And I got a couple more pieces to put in for some gates that I'll do that'll be videotaped. We use it for green leaf sauce. I have a recipe for pumpkin leaves sauce on my channel. I will look that up, Chef. That's awesome. I'm gonna definitely look that up because I'll try that because I'm like old school. We use every part of the plant if we can. So with that said, once I start harvesting the pumpkins, I'm gonna make a pumpkin bisque. I'm gonna do that on my channel. I'm gonna do pumpkin pie puree because I'm starting to do a thing on farm to table where I'm gonna actually take the stuff from my garden. I did it today with a mac salad. I did macaroni salad. So I chopped up vegetables from my garden, put them in with macaroni salad and some mayonnaise, and now we have a summer salad for a few days. And then I'm going to make probably some potato soup maybe next week with my potatoes. I still have, I'm gonna be harvesting probably the potatoes behind each picket fence probably in the next week or so because those plants are now brown and dying out. So I'm gonna have probably another 10 pounds of potatoes there, plus I have about 15 other plants other than those growing. So, and they're still going strong, so I'm not gonna harvest those till they're ready. And then of course I got the pumpkin patch stuff. And then I'm gonna be doing, I'll be roasting the pumpkin seeds. If you haven't done that, then you need to try roasted pumpkin seeds. The nightshade family, okay. I never heard of that. I guess, I've never heard of the nightshade family. Maybe I have, but I'm getting old, maybe I've just forgotten. Like I said, I mean, I'm getting old. I have 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel. Yeah, that's a good question, Jenny. I would be interested to see about squash leaves and maybe even cucumber leaves. I'll have to look into that. Because, like I said, well, I mean, I like steaming the greens and then sauteing them in like a bacon or beef tallow with some bacon. That to me is great. Jennifer, you too. Enjoy your 11:48 sunset. Oh, I'm pushing 60. I'm knocking on 60, Jenny. Natty, I have not. I have to wait for my next batch to grow or get some at the grocery store. Because lo and behold, I went to grab my radishes the other day and they went to work with somebody and became a snack. So I have to get some more. I am going to try roasting the radishes because, like I said, I roast all other vegetables. So radishes, I'm assuming, will be delicious also. I did, like I said, I did 2 long form videos today. They're about 15 minutes apiece of the garden expansion project, talking about the pumpkins, talking about some other things. And then I also have a short from each one that's going to drop from that because I segmented the video. And I'll want your honest opinion on the one. The first short that comes out from that video of the garden update, I want everybody's honest opinion. I think it was funny. It just hit me when I was working because I had today I had my grandson we babysat my grandson for 5 days, so he's back home now. And so today I was like, okay, so today I'm gonna plan a big video day where I'm gonna do a bunch of videos, some short videos, some long form, work in the garden. And I walk out and of course there's the big truck over here pounding holes for telephone poles or power poles. So I don't know if hey, Teacher Kelly, how you doing? And it's just funny because, nobody is back here. And for 5 days I've had my grandson, so I wasn't able to go out and do that. And then the one time I wanted to just go out and knock it all out in one sitting, there's a guy out there with a truck, diesel truck running with heavy equipment pounding poles into the ground. So I don't think it came out too much in the video, but I did mention it. But you'll see I broke one of the shorts out of that long form, and I think it's pretty funny. We'll see. Let's see here. And I think I've said this, my garden used to be 100 square feet, it is now 3,200 approximately. And then what I'm going to do is, you'll see these here, I'm doing the herb garden. So I'm gonna be growing some of these inside because I wanna grow herbs during the winter, and I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set it up in here. But I'm going to make a raised bed outside. And I just, what do you guys think about this? I should have, because, we did have some good rain earlier, but we hadn't had it in about a week and a half. And the garden, I didn't want to go out and water tonight. I felt lazy after working all day. I was hot and just didn't want to go back out. And then the rain hit, so I don't have to. I'm going to make a box out of pallet wood, 4 different long boxes that will have carry handles on them. And then I'll grow all these 4 different herbs. I'll grow 1 row of herbs, because like I said, I've never grown herbs before. And then what I'm going to do is, they'll be inside under my grow lights. I can control them in here. But then I'll want to get them out in the full sun and get them some real sun. I'm gonna build a planter box that's gonna be in the ground, and it's gonna be probably 3 foot high. And then I'm gonna make the dimensions so that each one of those boxes, all 4 can sit in there, be secure. Even if it gets windy, they won't get blown out. So what do you guys think of that idea? I'll show it in my wood shop. I'll build it in my wood shop. Then I'll take it out, dig 4 holes with a post hole digger, set it in the ground, and then when I want to take them outside for full sun, I can carry the boxes out and just set them in the the planter box. And then in the spring, because in the spring is always questionable for no matter what zone you're in for growing your garden, you always have to face the music when it comes to frost. You can get a frost, just like that. We had it this year. We were in the 80s already. And then in April, which is rare, I mean, it's very rare, we got a frost in mid-April, which was just crazy. So with that being said, I could actually take them out, put them in full sun, and if I'm getting a frost warning, I can just take the boxes out, bring them in, put them under a grow light for a couple of days till it warms back up. So I'm gonna be doing that. So I'll show that in the wood shop. And then I just wanted to bounce this out there and see what subscribers want from Okies Eden. Do you want to see more wood shop stuff where I'm going to be making some Adirondack chairs for out by my garden. If you look at my garden, you'll see the cedar tree. I want to have my Adirondack chairs. I've made many Adirondack chairs. I'm going to put a couple under the tree, and then because I can see both the sunrise and sunset from under that tree. Going to make some more benches. I'm going to make a bunch of planter boxes. I'm going to show all that. But I also want to do farm-to-table cooking. I'm not a professional chef. I'm not even close. I just cook. I cook for my family. I've learned through the years on how to cook. I know how to cook. I can cook simple dishes. I can cook fancy dishes. But unfortunately, most of my family doesn't like fancy dishes. So I'm stuck with, meat and potatoes and things like that. So I typically make a fancy dish for like me and my son. If I'm gonna go over a night and watch my grandson, I'll make something fancy and bring it over, and we'll have dinner before he, gets ready to go to work the next day. Because he loves fancy cooking also. So, but I'll do I wanna do more farm to table, especially in the fall, when I get the pumpkins to do the pumpkin bisque, pumpkin puree, things like that. So I'm hoping everybody would like that. And then I'm going to be, through the winter, I'll be building planter boxes and trellises and things like that. So Okies Eden continues to, it's not going to grow much more physically in size as far as the garden size, because I'm at over 3,000 square feet. That's more than enough for one person to take care of. What's fancy cooking? Exactly. And I'm making a bunch of maybe 2x2, 2x3 foot planter boxes. I'm gonna have about 12 around my property. And I wanna have wildflowers in some of them. I'm probably going to plant pepper plants like jalapeno, habanero, pepper plants kind of like that, because I've noticed that even when I did get critters in my garden, they don't touch the pepper plants. I'm assuming they don't like spice. So I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try to plant some pepper plants without fencing, just out in the open, and see if I can get harvest off of pepper plants and see what happens. I don't know if animals will attack them or not. Chef said, I love herbs, so growing herbs is a perfect idea. Yep, I'm gonna have 4. Like I said, I'm starting with Big Italy parsley. I don't know. Cilantro, I love cilantro. Cilantro to me, I love cilantro. Chives, I love chives. And sweet basil. Nothing like fresh sweet basil on top of spaghetti with your sauce, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And so I'll be putting planters around, and then I have some birdhouses. I'm gonna be putting birdhouses up, and I wanna bring in more trellises, and then I'm gonna be designing off the trellises. I'm gonna have some birdhouses and some bird feeders. And then I'm also gonna put some hummingbird feeders out, because I wanna bring birds and the wildlife in. I'm near a bird, it's not a bird refuge, but we have 30 or 35, I think it's noted. So we have falcons, we have hawks, owls, eagles, robins, finches. All of a sudden, cardinals are huge here. We're getting so many cardinals. And then I have my buddy, a road runner that's around our house running around all the time, and partridge, but there's over 30 species of birds. So that's why I want to have some bird feeders for them, because they have to eat too. And we do get some bad weather where sometimes they can't get out and forage. So I'd like to have some stuff out for them because I love watching birds. And I'd love to have, if you hear my videos a lot of times, because I'm out in the country, you'll hear the birds. And if you've never heard, I always love the call of mourning doves. If you've never heard a mourning dove, I love hearing mourning doves. It reminds me of my mom. One of my mom's favorite birds was a mourning dove. And partridge. If you hear the partridge calling, because we used to have a lot of partridge up where I lived, and now I have some partridge here in the fields running around. So it's really nice to be out there working. And I find it funny, I'm videotaping sometimes and I don't even hear them when I'm videotaping. But then as I'm watching the video, I'm hearing the birds sing and chirp and stuff. You have a pair of partridge or mourning doves? Partridge, yep. So, so we have all the birds, doves, yeah, the doves. Mourning doves have a beautiful, it's a really nice call. But they have over 30 varieties in our area alone. That's what it's noted for, is because it's noted for its falcons. And they're kind of cool. You'll see them every once in a while. And you look off in the distance, you'll see them diving. If you've never seen a falcon going after something, it is crazy how fast they are up here and all of a sudden they do a nosedive. You have a partridge in your pear tree? That's awesome. Yeah, they can be. But no, I love cardinals. Like I said, we have I love the roadrunner running around. The roadrunner is so cool. Hey, ducks are the goat. So that's going to be the next few steps for Okies Eden. Probably next year, I'm going to be doing siding on the house. I do a lot of, I've refurbished many houses on my own, above and beyond what I do for work. Stop when I saw a rat. There you go. That's my only fear, Hearth and Home, is I don't want to draw in the chipmunks, because chipmunks can be pests and they can get into your garden and they can destroy your garden really quick. That's my only question mark, is if I want to do that or not. Do I want to draw, I don't want to draw them in. But and also next year I'm going to be doing, I'll probably put siding on the house. I'm going to put some board and batten siding, it's called. I do that myself. I got to probably install some new windows and I want to add a new door. So if you guys want to see some of that, I can show you how I do construction, how I learned, and how I do it for my own home. I'll build a back deck. I'm lining up the front door, and then we have a side door, which is stupid where they put it. It's so dumb where they put the door. So I'll be framing that in before I do the siding, and then I'll put a door on the back that's going to be looking through from the front door. Because in Oklahoma, because of the seasons, the length of the warm weather, you can start getting really nice weather in February where you're in the 70s. And then I can open the doors have the screen doors on both. And I can just sit there and have the breeze come through. I can have fresh air coming through. And when it gets hot, I can shut them up. But then in the fall, even in November, you can still be having 70-degree weather. So I can have my doors open in November and just have a nice breeze while sitting in the living room. So if you guys want to see that, I might do that, but mostly I'm going to stick to, the woodworking with the gardening, put some jokes in there, things like that. Is there anything that you guys would be interested in seeing me do or talk about? And cooking. I'm going to add some cooking stuff in there. I want to do some farm to table cooking, and that'll vary per season. Sometimes it'll be canning green beans or pumpkin puree, how I cook potatoes. Is there a crop you want me to, I'm setting up a 10 by 10 area where I'm going to have it's going to be my test garden. I've never grown melons before, so next year I'm going to try cantaloupes and test that, see how I do. I'm looking into Jerusalem artichokes. I want to try growing some Jerusalem artichokes. They're supposed to be kind of potato-esque. They're not like a regular artichoke, and they're supposed to be very good, very healthy, and they're, again, they grow underground like a potato. Jenny, yeah, I want to try, definitely try canning. I know how to do it because I used to help my mom. I just haven't done it. That's true, hearth and home. But if if I'm content creating, I want to do what makes me happy, and that's true. But I also, if people want to see different things about, can I do this or can I do that? I would, as long as it's, like I always said, we were always taught in the academy that as long as it's morally okay and legally okay, and it doesn't mess with your general orders for whatever agency you work for, you can go ahead and do it, that you're covered. You step outside any one of those boundaries and, you can end up on the other side of the bars yourself. But yeah, Natty, I am. But like I said, now that I have the tiller and a rider mower, that's cutting hours off. Like today, when I tilled, it took me 15 minutes to till that 500, 600 square feet. It took me 15 minutes. That would have taken me 2 8-hour days, and my back would have been killing me. So mechanizing was really, really good, and that's going to help me out tremendously. And then, like I said, the winter is going to be getting my updates done, building the trellises, things like, because I can't grow stuff, I'll be growing indoor stuff too, and I'll be showing that each week. But then I also want to have other content, and so I'll be rolling out content about building stuff in the wood shop, building some furniture and things like that. Basic homestead stuff. And then I'll throw some more dad jokes in there. But how is everybody else doing with their channels? I know I can check. I've been checking as I interact with people, and I notice pretty much everybody's doing pretty well growth-wise. So that's exciting to see people growing. Some don't. There's some people out there that really are kind of stuck in a rut. Teacher Kelly, I think your stuff has been great. I mean, I think I think you got monetized. So, you're ahead of me, so. Oh, Chef said, of course. Of course. I mean, this community we're in, I mean, this is great. We all help each other. Yes, Natty. You guys, I love, your lives are hilarious when you're cooking and stuff. And that's what I like. There's so many, I like cooking and I like watching cooking. That's I used to watch, no lie, when I was a kid. I'm talking when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. I used to watch Julia Childs and Jacques Pepin. They used to do a lot of collaborations together. She reminded me and looked a lot like my grandmother. She had the same kind of attitude and just friendly and fun to listen to, and like you were talking to my grandmother. And I took to her so quick. And then when she passed away, it was like I lost a member of my family. And Jacques Pepin too. They both did a lot of stuff together. Hello, yeah. But yeah, she was great, and they would do some really fancy dishes, but they were like cooking in, like your house. Just, they made it look easy. I make scrambled eggs look hard. I mean, Justin Wilson. Justin Wilson, I'm just saving that. I'm just taking a quick screenshot. I don't know who Justin Wilson is. but I'm going to look him up. But yeah, I watch, Chef Zed and Azuka and Natty. They make stuff. I mean, Spongy and Misty. Everybody has their own little way of doing things. Nicola's recipes. I'm from old school, so I just, you grab food out of the thing, you walk in and you help your grandmother cook dinner or your mom or whatever. That's how we did it. We didn't have a lot of fancy stuff. We just, I use cooking bowls, dishes, pie plates. I have aluminum pie plates from the 40s that have been handed down to me. They're my favorite. I have Corel, old Corel. I have, everybody knows, people have seen it in my videos. They'll mention the green colander from Tupperware. Occasion Cook, okay. I'll have to check him out. But some of my best cookware was the stuff from back in the 40s and 50s. And aluminum pie. I love cooking in aluminum. When I do pies, when I do my pumpkin pies or I do my apple pies, because I cook apple pies in the fall around Thanksgiving, and I do pumpkin pies. I make the crust and everything, and I cook them on a pizza stone, gives a nice brown crust on the bottom. But aluminum pie plates are the bomb as far as I'm concerned. I just love cooking with the aluminum pie plates. They're dented and twisted. I have some newer stuff that I use because I have some non-stick stuff for like eggs and stuff. So it helps you cut down on a lot of the fats and stuff. But even if it's non-stick, I can't help it. I throw a couple tablespoons of bacon grease in there when I'm doing eggs. What is everybody else up to? Natty, when are you going live again? And Chef Zed, are you going live again soon? And Hearth and Home, as I'm looking at your name, have you done a live yet? Or are you going to do a live? And if you do, announce it, let us know. And Hearth and Home, actually, when the live is over, I'll make it go public right away. I'll switch it over to public. If you can go in and just comment what your channel's about and give people a chance to see if they want to follow you or subscribe to your channel or check out your channel, I would love to. And then you should probably try to do a live. I mean, they're fun. At 8 p.m. So Friday, you're doing a live lounge. What do you mean by live lounge, Natty? And while I'm waiting for those answers, let me ask you guys this. Has anybody else noticed, most people here, yeah, Teacher Kelly, you do great lives. You're really well set up for it. And you're very well spoken. So your lives come out really clear and good and everything. Not like this old dude here that, I'm on credit from when my last breath's gonna happen here. Cooking, canning, and gardening. Cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Have you done a live yet? But those that are doing, while I'm waiting for answers, I've noticed everybody here, all the ones that I interact with the most, I have gone in and hit the bell, the notification bell, to all. I'm supposed to get notified every single time when somebody's dropping a video or something. Sometimes it notifies me, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or a glitch or what, but does anybody else see that as a problem? Hearth and Home, I'd love to see you do a live. That'd be really cool. Okay, so you've seen it too, Natty. Yeah, some of the YouTube stuff is really, really strange. I mean, just when you think you have something figured out. Oh, Jenny, no, go back and do it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but my first few lives, sometimes you have nobody. I have a script. I keep a notepad. I write down 10 things I'm going to talk about. And then I just start talking. If nobody shows up, when I'm done, I just put it to public and let it become like a regular video. I don't edit it, I just send it out. If people show up, I talk to them. That way you're not talking, even if it's a blank screen, you still have your topics you're going to talk about. What is this about? Pritam? You don't even realize, Pritam, what you just stumbled onto. You stumbled onto Okies Eden. I have 400, I'm not kidding, I am in the stratosphere of the YouTube universe here. I'm out. I am so large right now on the YouTube world. I am celebrity status, 410 or 412 subscribers. So you stumbled into this awesome live about me, a guy from Oklahoma that works in his garden. Yeah. Hey, when I hit 400, I was excited. And then all of a sudden, the last day, I've got 12 more. So it must be that hashtag, That's right, Superstar Gardener. That's right, Superstar Gardener. I got 12 in 2 days or day and a half. I mean, that's viral for me. If I get 12 followers in a day and a half, hey, I am the Mr. Beast of gardening. That's right. Oh, okay. Do you do gardening? Yeah, Jenny, go back and do a live. I'd like to see one of your lives. If I know about it, if you let me know, I'll be there. Pritam, is it Pritam, or I hope I'm saying that right? That's great. Do you do content creation on your garden? That's the name of your next channel. No, 2's enough. Two's plenty. Oh, thank you, Pritam. That's awesome. Do you do content? Check some of these other people out. Chef Zed, the one that's above you. I would do a screenshot. Go back and check them out. These are all really cool people. A lot of them do gardening and cooking and a whole bunch of other stuff. Some do gardening and cooking. Princess Daughter, Blue Warrior. All right, I got a warrior here. Oh man, Pritam, start doing some content creation. I love following people that do gardening, cooking. I like to watch rednecks with power tools, because there's one thing I can guarantee when you watch these. There's some redneck mechanics and redneck woodworkers I watch for fun, because they're redneck. There's alcohol involved. There's power tools. Something's gonna happen. And I want to be there when it does. Okay, let's see. Yep, drunk rednecks with power tools. Okay, Princess Daughter, ask your question. I hope make sure it's clean, no nonsense, no trollish comment. Ask the question. What can this YouTube gardening guru share with you? Is in 1 minute, maybe because I was on my computer. If that's a serious question, if I can be the 60-year-old grandfather-ish type person, ask her face to face. Ask your friend. I mean, not to be a wise guy, but if I think somebody has a problem with me, I go talk to them and ask them if they have a problem with me. If they do, tell me what it is so I can apologize if I did something wrong. If it's something I don't think was a problem, we can hash it out. Ask her. Did you ask her? Ask her if she's mad at you. I don't know how old you are, but when you get to a certain age, I don't worry about people being mad at me anymore. That sounds not nice, but I think a lot of people here are the same. you'll get to a certain age and you're just like, I'm going to do what I do. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I try to be fair to everybody. I try to help everybody. If somebody doesn't like me, I'm sorry, then tell me what the problem is or move along. Well, go back and try again. Next live, go try it again. Go to her page right now. You go to her main page on her YouTube, locate her if she has her email on there, and send her an email. That's all. I mean, that's all I can say about it because I don't know what went down. And okay. Well, I hope it works out for you. I mean, you know, if it's truly a friend. I mean, look at it this way: if she's truly a friend, and she's mad at you and won't tell you why, then question the friendship, I guess. The friends I have, if I say something or do something that they don't like, they know they can tell me. And I'll apologize if I did something wrong. Find friends like that. Friends that will tell you stuff that, if it's the truth and it hurts your feelings, they're still going to tell you in a good way so that they can help you. That's a good friend. I don't want any fake friends in my life. Oh, Pritam, that's cool. Okay, so if you look through my channel, I do potato bag growing in the winter, and I just posted a video. It's only like 2 minutes, 3 minutes long, just a couple days ago. I started my second bag grow. So I have a russets growing in bags over here in my studio room here. And I grow potatoes outside. And then you're growing lemon trees. That's interesting. So what I do with potatoes is, because I'm the potato guy. I grow them in the dirt. I did towers this year, potato towers with chicken wire. I do them in bags, and I did this thing called any idiot can grow potatoes, potato grow. I dug a hole 6 inches deep. I literally threw sprouted potatoes in the ground. I threw 6 inches of dirt over them, walked away, sprayed some water on it, and I haven't done anything with it since. And those bushes are that tall, and I'll harvest those in probably 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. I mean, that's all you can do, I guess. Okay, I've never heard of biomembrane bags. What are the prices on those? And where did you get them? Did you get them from a farm, like a farm supply store or something like that? Yeah, Jenny wants to know too. I mean, I have acreage and I can grow outside, but I also grow inside. So I would really be interested to know, because I mean, we have like Tractor Supply and places like that. And I get some stuff off of Amazon. I'm assuming you might even be able to get them off of Amazon, but I would really be interested to know about those bags. Also, are they a single use? Pritam, if you, the bio bags, are they single use or are they multi-use? Okay, thank you, Jenny. And that's why Jenny's a moderator. Oh, cool. Thank you, Predham. I appreciate it. That's awesome. All right. Spongy is in the house. Spongy, how are you? Uh, would somebody please remove Vivalda? Thank you very much. Thanks, Jenny. Great. Hey, if anybody doesn't know who Spongy is, Cooking with Spongy, her and her mom, if you want to see a funny interaction, her mom and her, that makes the videos. Oh, no problem, Jenny. I'm not worried about it. Are you going to Des Moines? But yeah, if you guys get a chance, give me 1 second here. I have to put my phone on charge. I guess my phone. Boink. Boom. All right, we are charging. We are large and in charge. So I was saying, if anybody doesn't know who Spongy is, go check out Spongy's channel. She's a lot of fun to watch. Her and her mom have some really good interactions on camera. It's like reality TV. Hey, Misty, I was just talking about you and Spongy, because Spongy's here too. Spongy's here trolling. She's trying to start trouble on the Okies Eden page here. And I was just telling people to go watch your channel and her channel, because you guys, the interactions you guys have are very funny on screen. That's one of the, when I started watching you guys, I think it's hilarious the way you guys talk to each other. Oh, you're welcome, Spongy. I love watching your shows. They're really good. You guys make some really good stuff. And for anybody that's interested, they're doing the Mediterranean style diet. So they do a cheat day a week, and then they also do their Mediterranean diet. That's pretty cool. Okay, I will be watching that. I don't see it yet, Pritam, but as soon as it pops up here, I will take a snapshot of the link. Pritam, if not, if you don't mind, you can actually go to my main page, and my email is in my main page. If you can send me the link, I would appreciate it. I'd really be interested in checking those things out. So I don't see it there. So Misty, how are you and Spongy doing today? Did you guys get out in the garden at all? I know you guys were getting some stuff done. I have a video coming out tomorrow, Misty, on my garden expansion, tilling it up, raking some of the old garbage, grass, and weeds off the top, so on and so forth. Okay. So Misty, I went out and picked I had a few cucumbers. I'm gonna have probably like, we just got a thunderstorm, so I'm sure in the next day or two, I'm gonna have like 10 or 12 cucumbers coming out. Yes, it was very warm today. And so I had a couple cucumbers, and I picked them, and I was gonna bring them in and put them in the fridge for later, but lo and behold, somebody ate them on the way to the door to the house. So it is very hard when you have fresh vegetables like a cucumber or green beans and not eat them before you get them in the house. There's nothing like picking off a cucumber or a tomato and just picking it fresh off the plant and eating it. I can do that because I don't spray anything on my plants. I've used no commercial fertilizers. It's all compost, grass clippings, straw, wood chips, and only wood chips that are untreated wood. So like I have cedar boards, so on and so forth. I don't, there's nothing poisonous in anywhere around my garden. Oh, good. So you did fish tacos. That'll be interesting. I liked your salmon. You made that sauce and then you put it over the salmon. And I wonder how that would be in a fish taco. Because you could make like a taco type seasoning, put it over the fish, bake the fish, and then break that up for your fish taco. That would be interesting. Or I saw a video the other day, a guy did cod cakes. He had them in Newfoundland, where he took cod, he baked the cod, flaked it all up, mashed potatoes, egg, breadcrumbs, formed patties, and then they air fry them. Yeah, everybody, hit the like button. Look, I'm an old man. Help the old man out. I mean, I don't have much time left on this earth. I need people to like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that stuff. I'm not even sure I can even get up out of the chair now. I'm getting so old. Everybody that knows me knows I'm kidding. I feel old sometimes, but I'm doing fine. I highly doubt that, Misty. No, Chef said, absolutely not. It was funny. Last year, I was talking to somebody that I used to work with, and they're younger than me. And they said to me, I said something about, oh man, I'm achy today for some reason. I don't feel right. I just feel old. And she said to me, what are you complaining about? You're middle-aged. I said, middle-aged? I'm almost 60 years old. I'm not gonna live to 120. Well, eat 2 potatoes and call your doc in the morning. That will cure you. Well, believe it or not, you guys are not going to believe this. You will not believe this. But I ate some potatoes with my dinner today. Because everybody knows how much I don't like potatoes. I actually had potatoes with my dinner. So I did have my 2 potatoes. And I'm kidding, I have potatoes 2 or 3 meals a day. I could live 40 more years, who knows? I don't know. I doubt it. That's not in the cards. I know my family history, and my mom and dad both, not to be a Debbie Downer, but they both died from complications to Alzheimer's at 76 years old. One of my brothers currently has dementia at 61. So I'm pretty sure my genetics are not leaning towards 40 more years. And I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. Brian Johnson's routine, you can extend your lifespan. Brian Johnson, okay, I'll look that up. Yes, Hearth and Home, Glenn and Friends, yes. I've mentioned him before. Anybody that hasn't watched Glenn and Friends and his wife Julie, they're classic. They're from Canada. He's like this down-to-earth guy. He does a lot of charity stuff. And his cooking, he was a former photographer and videographer for restaurants and grocery stores. So he filmed food. Chefs would cook food. He'd film it, do the pictures for magazines. Now that he's done with that career, he's been doing YouTube for about 15 years. He's got a great cooking channel. He does old cookbooks. He goes back pre-World War II. He does stuff from in the Great Depression era. Some he'll take and then make more modern with more modern spicing, but he tries to keep them true to the year. And then they try them. And it's a really good show. Natty, any signs of Alzheimer's? I was thinking about the other day, but I couldn't remember. That was not funny. I'm sorry. That was in poor taste. I am so sorry. But no, not that I know of. Um, Not yet. I mean, my mom and dad started getting it, 69, 70 years old. And they had it for quite a few years because it wasn't like a fast, progressive one. It was slow. They started with some dementia type stuff, and then it worked into Alzheimer's and stuff. And my dad ended up having Parkinson's with it. And we were able to keep them home because I'm one of 9, so we were able to take care of them and do home care with them. And we would each take a night to spend the night with them. Because if anybody knows anything about Alzheimer's, you got to be careful because before they go full all the way under, they try to get out of the house. They'll walk down the road. They will try to fight you. They're a different person. They're not the same person. Uh, yes. Funny enough, strangely enough, I did that the other day. I hate when I do that. You walk up and you go to get something. I came in to get a set of clippers for the zip ties outside today. I walked in, forgot what it was, walked back out, saw the zip tie, went back in and grabbed them. So, and the way I look at life is there's how many ways can you die? I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer, but you can die from a disease, you can die from a car crash, whatever. You can have a stroke, heart attack, you can die in your sleep, you can die of natural causes, whatever. I'm cool with when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Oh yeah, Jenny, that's cool. Brain farts, yeah, that's right. That's right. We had a lady once, an old timer, and she used to say, if she forgot something, she would say that her sponge was full, her brain was full. And that's how she said she couldn't remember. I don't know, my sponge is full. But, and the medications they have now for extending life and everything, they've made such advances, and the neuroscience they have going on and stuff. It's just crazy. How quick, you watch TV now. I don't mean TV, I don't really watch TV, but YouTube. You constantly get bombarded with medications. This medication, this medication, this medication. If you have this, go talk to your doctor about this. I remember when you went to the doctor and they told you, if you had a cold or something, they said, go home, get some hot tea with lemon and honey, drink it, and get some rest, and drink lots of fluids, and shut up and get out of my office and pay me with the 3 chickens you owe me, because I'm old. Nowadays, they go in and they tell their doctor, hey, I need this medication, and they'll give them prescriptions for it. It's like, isn't the doctor supposed to examine you and determine through testing what the problem is before they start doling out Tic Tacs, medication like it's Tic Tacs? But I remember, and now you go to I know for the last few years, whatever type of penicillin or antibiotic or whatever, you go in with a cold and they throw antibiotics at you, and it's like, no. I have, not to be, nobody needs to know this, but I'll tell you, I get kidney stones. I have a lot of kidney stones. Hearth and home. Okay. That challenge accepted. I'm almost 60. So if you're older than 60, then you're older than me. And I went the one day, and I went there, and it hurt like crazy. And he's like trying to give me these opioids. And I told the doctor, I said, number one, I can't, I work in law enforcement, I can't take opioids. Number two, I don't want opioids. I want nothing to do with those. I see what they do to people every single day of my life in my job. I'm not taking any opioid. So he just told me, go home and take a bunch of Tylenol arthritis, because they're 650 milligrams a piece. You're 68. Okay, that's cool. 68 years old. I will get there someday if I make it. We'll see. Yeah, you know what's funny, Misty, when you say that? Who else feels this way? I remember when my mom and dad were 40 and 50 years old. And you'd be like, man, they're old. And here I am. And I wonder sometimes, are my kids saying, man, he's old? And my dad was in great shape. I mean, he took care of himself. Oh yeah, Jenny, there's such crazy stuff. I mean, I've mentioned this before. I mean, in some past videos, I've had to deal with people on the PCP. I mean, it's terrible. That stuff is, and all this new stuff they got coming out that can just, you know, you take it and it's over for you. It's just done. It's terrible. I'm a spring chicken. Maybe. Some days I feel like a spring chicken. But I'll tell you, I mentioned this one day in one of my lives a while back was, I remember when I was 30, going to my 30s, I felt great. I trained, ran a couple marathons, a couple half marathons, some 10 milers, some 15, 20 Ks for a couple years. Felt great, best shape of my life. And 40s were no problem, 50 was no problem. I feel great, could still do whatever I needed to do. But as soon as I get closer to 60, I'll tell you what, I feel like things are breaking down. Not fast, I just know I ache a little more. I can't work for as long. I mean, I can still go out and work 6-8 hours outside. It's going to be more tiring, but I'll do it as long as I stay hydrated. But I notice a difference, and I know that every given year after this is going to get more and more. I'm going to get slower and whatever. That's just life. But I try to eat right, try to stay busy, that's one of the reasons when I started YouTube, and I'm sure there's others that do this, is because YouTube taxes your mind, trying to figure the algorithm, trying to learn something new, trying to figure stuff out, trying to figure out how is this computer system behind the scenes working with all my information. Because you got to keep your mind fresh. If you're not keeping your mind fresh, I think that's when it starts to go downhill. So I try to do stuff like YouTube. I try to read up on stuff. I try to stay somewhat technically capable. And then I do a lot of outside work. Hey, Spongy, you have a great night. Look forward to your video. I'm going to watch that later. And then when you guys go live next, I'll try to be there for that. Because I love a good mom and daughter fight. I don't mean fight, I mean banter. I shouldn't say fight. So you guys take care. Scully Pop. Scully Pop, I don't even know. I'll have to check that out. Yes, Jenny, that does crocheting, because my wife does the crocheting. Her mom did the crocheting. I still have an Afghan from it would be 38 years ago. My wife's grandmother made it for me when we got engaged. Oh, good, I'm looking forward to the banter. That's one of the best parts of your videos. I don't mean the rest of it's bad. I mean, it's hilarious. Yeah, I still have it. I use it, but I keep mostly in storage because I want to keep it forever. But yeah, I still have that from 30, it would be 30. I'll have been married 36 years in September. So it was 2 years. Yeah, she made it for me 2 years before we got married. And we have some from my wife. My wife had made, my mother-in-law made. My wife had made those pot holders. You make the square pot holders. I don't know if you make those at all, Jenny. Hey, Chef said, see you later. 2 a.m., good grief, go get some sleep. See you later, Misty. Yeah, the pot holders are cool. Have you made the scrubbies where they use that I forget the name of the yarn or the material, but they're kind of like Scotch-Brite pads, scratchy pads. They're great, and they crochet those. They're really cool. They make those, and I use those all the time. Oh, that's cool. Yep. Okay, Natty, we'll see you later. And with that, it's been over an hour. So I do need to hit the hay too because I got a busy day tomorrow in the garden and some other stuff I have to do. So I am going to sign off. I appreciate everybody coming here and participating. I really, really appreciate it. I will be watching your videos here. Jenny, if you ever do a live, let me know. I would watch your live, and we will try to get more people to watch your live. Because if you want to, you don't have to, obviously, but I think it would be pretty cool if you were crocheting something while we were talking. That would be really neat. So with that said, you guys all have a good night, and I will see you in the next one. Hearth and Home, I will look you up after this. You guys take care.